environmental phase has been completed, certified by the state, and the contract has been provided for the $500,000 grant for the redevelopment of Garrison Park. Contracts need to be approved for community development partners for the administration of the grant, and to Lawson Associates for design, bidding, and construction services. Preliminary budget submitted with the grant application included $124,416 for these services. I'll make a motion to move forward with the contract for the LPRF grant. Pardon? With a budget amendment. Amount of $25,000?
Yeah, that's all they get done this year.
Okay. And the concerns that have been addressed, I believe we're going to be able to solve some of those.
Mr. Mayor, I need you to speak with specificity in regard to those particular project items that you mentioned.
My study of the grant that we have been, the information that I've seen as for the funds in the first round of this project, which is what we're talking about here, the way I interpret it, it does not specify any removal of a fence. It does not specify removal of the A ballpark, of the A field.
Would you restate that, please?
I don't think that it says anything that you have to get rid of the A field. And I don't think it says that you, in the little discussion at the top of the paper that I saw, which I guess was the grant application, there's terminology about all this, but you get down to the specifics at the bottom, it does not specify anything about the fence, nor does it specify that you have to make a multi-purpose field out of the A ball field in phase 1. Phase 2 is who knows when.
Up in the air.
And I didn't see a need to get rid of field A anyhow. You can still play ball over there.
Does that include tearing down the grandstand, sir?
Yes, it does.
In phase 1?
Yes.
I'll read the line items.
What if we have Indiana bats living in the grandstand? What do we do then? Well, think about that.
We've already got the environmental approval.
Yeah.
Did they check
There's no
the
trees
grandstand?
in there. Well, there's no trees, they nested trees.
Would you like me to read the list of items off grant? That would be helpful. It would be the splash pad, playground, restroom facility, grandstand demolition, basketball court renovation, walkways and pavement, site work, drainage, landscaping, other. I don't know what other is, but that's what's listed. And then the other costs, the total development cost is $876,000. Architect engineer fees $83,000. Grant administration costs $41,000. Total projects cost $1 million with a grant request of $500,000.
That's my case.
Okay, so that's your motion and you're waiting on the second.
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you want to tear down the grandstand?
For the purposes of keeping within Robert's Rules of Order, I will second that motion so we can discuss.
Thank you. Any other questions or concerns in reference to the motion?
The email we got this afternoon from Miss Oglesby indicates that perimeter fence A and B, the whole 9 yards has to be taken out except the basketball court attached.
I disagree.
We'll take that up when we get into the meetings with the grant people.
I will definitely fight for that fencing based on safety considerations after seeing the traffic levels out on West. I just don't think it's safe for the kids to not have those fences. I understand you want to have an open and accessible park, but the point is to give children a safe place to play, and taking those down, it's just not logical.
I agree. I'm going to know this before I support this.
Well, would you be willing to amend that motion subject to clarification on the fencing at
Yes.
Field A?
Yes.
And I will second the amended motion.
Any other discussion?
I know that it's, you know, it's sort of an emotional subject for a lot of residents, and it's tough to cope with change for all of us. We're all human beings, and change is difficult. But I think that if we could maintain that field day and maintain the fencing, some of the additional features that would be added would be nice for the park and for the community. And it's a good compromise because we're keeping a portion of the features that we feel like are still yet needed, but offering some new features for our young people in the community. So, although I know it's difficult with field day and the fencing, I could support the motion.
Problem is, Mayor, we're authorizing $130,000 worth of contracts and budget amendment without knowing what we're looking at. We get into this a lot. I think we need to know what we're voting on tonight before we authorize $130,000 worth of contract.
We cannot sign those contracts until we have that clarification that is in that motion.
So the contracts will come back to the council.
Well, no, the contracts will be there, but once we get the clarification that the fencing is fine, then the mayor would be authorized to sign it, unless you change the motion.
So you can delay it.
Yeah, you don't have to sign it tonight,
Until,
because it's subject to that.
subject to this
Would you
motion.
agree, Council?
Well, if that's the motion, then you wouldn't have the authority to sign them unless that fencing was approved. You'd have to come back before you, they were going to demolish the fencing.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that clear to everyone? Can't sign it unless it's agreeable with the motion that was made.
Why don't we not just table it to our special call meeting and find out?
Gotta get.
We talk about both these
Okay.
issues in one meeting, I guess.
Why, yeah, we just,
Okay.
I'll pass it on, kick it down the road to the,
Next Tuesday,
yep.
we're doing it right away.
Next item on the